Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. This is Wicked Blades. We're gonna do a razor extravaganza, and this is shouting out Mr. Stephen Jeffries at SJ Relics and Restorations and Mr. Jedi Jim. All right. Stephen Jeffries put out his video on his razor and strop, and it's a beautiful combination. And then followed by Mr. Jedi Jim, who had a miniature traveling razor, which was really cool. I thought that was really neat. I hadn't seen his style of traveling razor. I do have a traveling razor myself, and we're gonna get into this and we're gonna check it all out. All right. First off, in order to do an old school shave, I like to wash my face. All right. I wash my face with as hot as water as I possibly can. That way you get off any debris that may be on there. Your old body oils, sweat, all of that stuff, and then it also opens your pores. It opens your pores so that way the hair is at its longest. Okay? Then from there, I will, what's the word I'm looking for? I will exfoliate my face with a pre-shave oil. All right, because when you wash your face, obviously you're pulling off all the dirt, the oils, and our skin needs oil. Our that's why we produce so much oil. Like our hands, when we're putting it on, and which honestly, our natural body oil is good for leather. Okay, so the more you play with leather, like our leather slips, all right, we carry leather slips in the knife community, which I will shout out Mr. Stephen Jeffries right there. Thank you for making my channel slip. But the more we handle our slips and everything, we're actually protecting the leather, with our natural body oils. Our natural body oils is a nice protectant for leather, all right? So the more you handle your slips or handle your leather, it's actually good. Yes, you're putting dirt and debris on there because we carry dirt no matter how much you wash your hands. If you notice, we're dirty. We're dirt. We just collect dirt. We're a dust and dirt magnet. All right, but our natural body oils are good for leather. Okay, but when you wash your face or when you wash your body, honestly, that's why we should be moisturizing. Because if you notice, after you shower, especially the older we get, after you shower, you've done stripped off all your natural body oils, and then your skin feels dry. It does. It feels dry. So we should be moisturizing with lotions and stuff. Technically, I know we don't. Anyways, you wash your face, get off all that debris, open your pores to get your hair at its fullest length. That way you're gonna get that everybody puts it as smooth as a baby's bottom. Okay, you're gonna get your smoothest shave if you do that. All right, and then of course, for old school shaving, you need a shaving brush. This one is silver tip badger hair. It's a little bit more pricey. They do make synthetics, and the synthetics work perfectly great. I don't have one here for an example because I gifted it out. But they do work perfectly great. Okay. And then this, well, you don't technically need it, but I use them. This is a shaving bowl. I don't know the technical name for it, but this is what you create your lather in. You lather up your soap in this. Okay, so I've got this one, and they're not big, as you can see. It fits in my palm. They're not huge. This is about, I guess it's a softball size, you know. Okay, this is what you're gonna create your lather in, and then I also have my Old Spice lathering mug. I got water in there currently because I'm going to show you lather. All right, and then you need shaving soap. Right here I have Southern Comfort. I wish you guys could. I wish there was smell-o-vision. It smells so wonderful. That's your shaving soap. And you don't have to buy actual shaving soap. Alright? You could use bar soap, to be honest. But if you want, like, special scents or what have you. Okay, and then this is my matching, because it's a matching set. The Southern Comfort. This is aftershave balm. Alright? Now, what this is for is after you shave, you apply this. It has oils in it and everything to replenish your skin, revitalize your skin. And you want to do that because the razor, not only are you taking the hair off, but you're stripping the skin, basically. You're stripping your skin, so you want to moisturize to bring back your oils. You want to put oils back into your skin, and then that also helps with irritation or preventing razor burn. Alright. Anyways, this is the razor that I am currently using. It's a Gillette. It's a Gillette razor. And this one I'm currently using, doing my shaving. I usually switch out every 6 months. Oh God, my hands are acting up this morning. Alright, you unscrew your handle. And your handle is weighted. And I'll let you know on that in a second. And then you flip. Pull off your bezel. Oh man, I need to clean this up. The humidity in the restroom's getting to it. But this is your base, your razor, and your crown. Okay, and your crown has that threaded bolt on it, or threaded screw. I'm sorry. Okay, now you're gonna put your razor on there. You put the center of the razor onto the threaded screw. And as you see, it has winged ends which caress the blade. And then as you see, the way it's crowned like that, it's the same way with the lid. Put that on there, and that holds your blade in there and gives it that nice, like, half moon shape. Okay? And then thread your handle back on there. And voila, you can now shave. Alright. Then you have, this one's a Parker. And the ones that do come with packaging, I keep the packaging because, like I said, I switch out so that way I could utilize all my razors. Alright, this one's more of a fancy razor. It's more pricey, and it's also heavier than this one. So in comparison, this one's a lighter, like, you could travel with it. But this one also has a longer arm on there, so you got more control and everything like that. The weight differences you want to know your weight differences, because for me, I'm heavy-handed. I'm a heavy-handed shaver. All right, and you don't want to apply a lot of weight to your face, because then you create razor burn. Razor burn. So the weighted ones allow you to just hold the razor and drag it, and the weight of the razor will do the work. The lighter the razor, you apply more weight to it with your hand, and then it it shaves that way by the weight of it. Okay, now on this one's called the butterfly lid. You take the bottom here, unscrew, and voila, it opens up. You apply your razor into it, and then you close down. The butterfly wings close down onto the razor, creating that half moon shape, and then you shave. All right, and this one, a lot of people prefer the butterfly because you know, morning. A lot of people prefer the butterfly style because you could quick change your razor blades instead of unscrewing the entire lid on it. Okay. Then I have this next one, which is really, really cool. Okay. This one is a Rockwell razor. All right. And the biggest reason why I keep this container is because it breaks down each stage of the head. All right, because this one's a lot more pricier than the other two. I think this is the most pricey one that I have, to be honest. Okay. Now this one, you'll see, you take it apart like the first one. This one's got the nice weighted handle. All right, and then you remove it, and as you see, it's got the threaded screw, and it's got two pegs, so it holds the blade in a lot more firmer, you know, and it keeps better control on there. And then if you see on the head, this one, well, I got it upside down. This side says R1, and this side says R3. Okay, what those are on this razor, which is really cool, is it has these different changeable heads. As you see in here, it has two more. What it does is it allows you to pick the proper head, because it gives on that U shape or moon shape bend on the razor. What this one does is it has different like bend settings, and that's for the different types of hair. Okay, so like for me, I got a really coarse hair. My wife says I've got horse hair on my face. So it's really coarse, which also damages your razor blades as well, the edging of it. And then some people have nice fine hair, you know. So with this razor, what's nice about it is you can, even if you don't know what kind of hair you have, by testing out each head, you get the opportunity to find the one that gives you the best quality shave. All right, and then once you find that perfect shave that you like, your skin feels the way you want it, that's the head you'll stick with. That'll be the hair type that you have. Okay. And then I also have a dollar store razor, and this one's a butterfly style. And these I use for throwing in the travel bag when I'm going out traveling. I do have a couple of them, you know, because to me these are more disposable. You know, if I lose it, it's okay. All right, and then I have a huge. How many come in here? 20 dispensers at 5. So there's 100. I've got 100 pack of razors. That way I don't run out anytime soon. And this was $13 on Amazon. I ordered this one on Amazon. Okay, so for 13 bucks, 100 razor blades. I use a razor, let's see, 4 times a week, and I dispose of it once a month. Okay, so the razor takes a pretty good beating, for a month, and then I dispose of it. So I've got a long supply of razors. Okay. Then we have, let's get this guy out of the dot bag. And yeah, I have a pretty good sized dot bag that I keep everything in. Let's see, we've got a. Oh, this is one of the dollar store ones. So I've got 3 of them. Right? Yeah. And as I said, it's a butterfly one. And they've got nice long handles, so for $1.25, where can you go wrong on that, Can't go wrong on that, and it gives you the same kind of shave because you're utilizing the razor blade itself. It has nothing to do with the shaver safety razor body. You're getting the shave from the razor. All right, and currently I'm working with the Wilkinson razors. Those are what I'm using. They come in 5 packs. All right, and you can also order the 5-pack line. All right, and so for a pack of 5, these were $1.79. So in comparison, so I'm using one razor a month. So I got 5 months of shaves for $1.79. Now you tell me which is better, the disposables, which are to me hell of expensive, or this style of disposable. Gotta think about it, guys. Okay. And then here's my Traveler, like Mr. Jedi Jim's, but his was in a nice fancy case. I loved his little Traveler. Okay. Mine's all brass. Okay, but this one, as you can see, it's very simple, basic. It doesn't have a brand on it. So you're going to put your razor blade on this bottom base, and then you plug in this way, and it smushes down, and then you're going to start threading on your handle. Okay. And there you go. You got a full-size razor. And it is full size. Because here's the one I'm currently using. As you see, it's a full size, same size. Same size. And you just go to town. But it's a nice little Traveler that comes in this little tiny box. Super cool. Found this one in an antique store, and I believe I picked it up for $5. I believe. I mean, it's been 6 or 7 years now since I got this one, and I have taken it on a couple of road trips that I've gone on, You know, because look at that. It takes no space. Look at that. No space. So when I put it into my personal stuff, actually it's so small sometimes I've kind of forgotten about it. Um, but yeah, it's small, easily packable, no worries, you know, and then throws together super quick as you've seen. Okay, and then we have, all right, pull these guys out real quick. Oh, come on, Mangus. Okay, here we have 3 different styles of straight razors. Okay, this one I have noticed. I used to call this one my beginner razor, straight razor. Comes like this. The same concept, but now you dispose of your razor blades. You put in your disposable razor blade in there. Okay? And this one utilizes this style. Or honestly, what I've done in the past is take my double-sided razor and snapped it in half because they snap easily. They're so paper thin. I've snapped it in half because as you see on the packaging, that's what it looks like. And honestly, if you take the double one, you know, that goes onto the safety razor, and you snap it in half, you're making yourself 2 razor blades. Okay. Get this guy open real quick. And this is a box of 100. Comes like that. And you slide it out. Slide one out. And that is how it's packaged. And then you will insert that. And if you guys can see, it's got 2 little nipples. And your blade also has little divots. So you would park that on there, hold it, bring this guy in, compress it onto there, and then lock in. Okay? And then you're in there. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't need a razor in here at the moment. But this one this one is what I started out with. This was my beginner razor to see if I wanted to go down that rabbit hole of straight razors. Okay? Because it is a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole. So this one I bought off of Amazon. I believe it was like $25. It came with a packet of 5 blades, the carry pouch, and the razor itself. Okay, and it was like $25, I believe, on Amazon. And then I started realizing that some of these barber shops that do the full grooming, that's what they're starting to use. A lot of them are starting to use that, so that way they don't have to sanitize the blades, you know, because it's disposable. You open it up, you sanitize your handle really quickly, and dispose of that throwaway blade, and then you're good to go. Now the next 2 straight razors, these are, and I got the leather sleeves for them, or leather slips. These are the real deal. This is from Soligen, Germany, and most of your straight razors are going to be Soligen, Germany. You've got England, and you do have some US. Okay, this one's from the 50s. I believe I paid $120 for this one. And this is how you're going to hold it. And then you shave. And as you see, the hollow grind, the blade is paper thin. Okay, the blade is super super thin, and that's how you get that beautiful shave. Okay, the blades are very delicate, so even in the bathroom, if you drop it, you can break the blade. That's how a lot of them, if you notice in the antique stores that have broken tips, this one is from Soligen, Germany, best quality. This is a Dovo. Okay, everything's etched on this one. This one's more of a modern. I believe I got this one back in 2010. It has the micarta scales. Okay. And you do want to oil your blades on these. Alright. Let's see, what are we gonna do next? Oh. And you could go all out. Like I said, it's a rabbit hole. Okay? It is a rabbit hole. And I kind of went down that rabbit hole for a while. And I still like to collect straight razors and safety razors. Here you have a stand to stand your razor, and on the opposite side you hang your shaving brush. And you always want to hang your shaving brush downward because you want the water to dry out. Okay, you want it to drip out the water. You don't want it to remain wet, because then you get mold and bacteria in your razor. Then you have your strop. Alright, your strop that you hang. Okay, your nice long pull. Now this side, it's like a safety belt material. This side is to knock down the burrs. You knock down your burrs and then you strap it. Alright, nice beautiful strap, everything handmade on it. And the reason why you want to knock down your burrs is because on your safety on your straight razor, as I said, it's paper thin. That blade goes paper thin, if you could see that. Very, very thin. And our hair, as I was explaining how our hair coarseness, while you're shaving, you'll hear it pling off as it's cutting through. You'll hear it plink. And it actually, what is it called? It'll put, like, not defects. As it cuts your hair, it will, like, warp the edge a little bit. So on the safety belt material one, you strap it there and it knocks those down. And then everybody knows the leather strap is to polish and refine the edge. Okay, that's what you're gonna do a majority of the time. You will not be sitting there on a whetstone or anything, or an Arkansas stone, sharpening your straight razors. You strap them, and then if anything, after stropping, if it gets to the point where it is not holding an edge, it's not sharp enough to cut your hair, then you hone it. Okay, it takes a lot to get to the point of needing to actually sharpen it. Okay, stropping keeps your straight razor sharp. And I'm telling you guys, old school shaving to me is the best way to go. You can take this safety razor, alright, You can shave an entire bald head if you're a bald guy. For women, they can shave their legs, their armpits. At the cost of this, compared to disposables nowadays, you're gonna save yourself so much money. And plus, it's cool. It's soothing. It's relaxing as you're shaving this way. It's a learning experience doing it, and it's fun. You know, it makes shaving fun. And let's see if I can get a nice lather. Typically, what I do is I'll blossom my soap. I take and get the tap water as hot as it'll get in the bathroom, and I'll get some hot water in here, let it set while I'm washing my face. And that's called blossoming your soap. Then you pour out the water, leaving just a tad in there. Okay, and that's what you wind up utilizing with your brush. That little, I'd say like a teaspoon amount. When you're pouring it out, you'll see it, and you leave like a teaspoon amount in there. And then you take your dry brush and you go in there and you build up your lather. Well, I didn't blossom my soap this time. I'm just going to show you guys. Okay. I'm going to build up a nice lather. And all you do is go in a circle back and forth. And you don't even need to apply pressure. You don't need a lot of pressure. And as you've seen, I just barely dipped my brush head into the water. And check it out. We're getting some nice foam here. And you want it to look like peaked whipped cream. That's the best way I could say it. You want like peaked whipped cream. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that lather. That quickly. And then, of course, you lather up. And let me take off my glasses. You'll lather up. Alright. And then you could take your straight razor, or your safety razor, I'm sorry. I didn't lather all the way completely. Alright, I'll rinse in this guy. Okay, and then for your straight razor, see if I could even do this on the camera. And then you do not rinse off. I usually get a washcloth. You just take the washcloth, which I have a paper towel right now, and you wipe your blade off, okay? And then you go again, as you see, it's got hair, okay? And the reason why you don't want to throw this in water or rinsing it off or what have you and as you see, we got hair off, is because these bad boys will rust up super quick. So you wipe them off with paper towel, washcloth, okay, and then you will oil it to store it. Alright, and there's your lather. I'm gonna rinse that bad boy off and let him dry and get put away. Alright guys, let's see, did I show you it? Yeah. That's my adventure of shaving, and that is actually how I shave. I shave with old school razors every day, or every day that I'm gonna shave. That's what I use. I pick out one of the razors out of my collection, and I do collect them, and I do use them. If I find one in an antique store, I refurbish it, and that boy goes into rotation. Alright guys, hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm telling you guys, that's a nice close shave. It's a nice close shave. I need to go finish up now. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys come back and like, share, and subscribe. This is Wicked Blades. I love you guys. Peace.